Hello everyone. Tokyo Dome, April 18, 2026. A date that will likely be forever etched in the memories of every ARMY in attendance. The atmosphere in the stadium that morning felt different. There was a powerful energy even though the gates had not yet officially opened to the public. Amidst the silence of the empty seats, a rare moment was captured by the camera. The soundcheck session for the second day of the Arirang World Tour had just begun. The dim stage lights created a mystical silhouette, signaling that something very special was about to happen here. Suddenly, a 54-second clip appeared on social media and immediately shook the digital world. There, Taehyung stood tall in the center of the spacious stage. Dressed in a minimalist yet iconic all-black outfit, he looked utterly focused, preparing his vocals for the big night ahead. Taehyung's voice broke the silence of the stadium as he began singing into the microphone. There were no screams from the thousands of people, just his voice echoing clearly, bouncing off the walls of the Tokyo Dome. The simplicity of his performance accentuated a charisma that was hard to describe. Soon, the camera shifted to highlight the other equally stunning members. One of the members was seen wearing a striking green jacket, performing energetic moves under the bright spotlights of the stage. The contrast between Taehyung's black outfit and the green jacket was very aesthetically pleasing. The interaction between the members on stage during this rehearsal was very warm. Even though it was just a preparation session, BTS never did anything half-heartedly. They moved with incredible synchronization, as if the empty seats in front of them were already filled with a vast ocean of light. However, the real surprise began when a very familiar melody began to play. A 64-second video captured the moment that made fans' hearts stop for a moment. Yes, they were practicing Crystal Snow, their iconic Japanese song from 2017. It was a moment no one expected to happen today. The song choice was very unexpected for many. Crystal Snow is a ballad with a high level of vocal difficulty and is loaded with emotion. Hearing it again in 2026 felt like being transported by time machine back to beautiful and touching memories of a precious past. On the stadium's large screen, the faces of V and Jimin were clearly visible. Their expressions as they meditated on the lyrics created a dramatic effect. Even during rehearsals, their eyes betrayed their longing for intimate moments with their beloved ARMY. V seemed to close his eyes, letting his deep, soulful voice blend with the song's harmony. Meanwhile, Jimin, with his melodious high notes, complemented the emotional atmosphere of the morning. Together, they created a symphony that seemed to freeze time in the heart of Tokyo. This footage, shot with a handheld camera, conveys a deeply personal and candid feel. We can see rows of empty seats that will soon witness history. The stage lighting, still being adjusted, adds a luxurious and authentic feel behind the scenes. The Tokyo Dome concert venue sign captured on camera is a testament to the Arirang Tour being another major milestone. Seeing a group as big as BTS still practicing so hard for their old songs demonstrates their unwavering dedication despite years of global success. Within minutes of being posted, the video sparked an explosion of enthusiasm across the internet. Hundreds of thousands of likes and comments began flooding in. Fans felt this was a special gift for those who had patiently waited for BTS's return. Many ARMYs have admitted to crying when they heard Taehyung's vocals on Crystal Snow. The song is known as a heart-warmer during the winter, and performing it during the 2026 World Tour gives new meaning to the undying love between idols and their loyal fans. The narrative built into this soundcheck video seems to emphasize that BTS has never forgotten their roots. Even though they are now the biggest global stars, their old, emotional songs still hold a very special place in their hearts, which they dedicate to their loyal international fans. The arrival of this video just hours before the official concert is the perfect morale booster. This reflects how the relationship between BTS and ARMY is not just that of artist and fan, but also an emotional bond that supports each other through deeply meaningful music. Every movement, every note, and every small interaction on the Tokyo Dome stage that day was a piece of the puzzle of Hallyu history. 2026 was indeed a very busy year for them, but the energy displayed in this rehearsal proves that they never tire of performing. Imagine the feeling of standing in the middle of an arena that can hold tens of thousands of people, yet at that moment, there was only silence. The sound test session is the most honest moment for a musician, where they can hear their own voices without distortion, and it was beautiful. The warmth of Taehyung's green jacket and black outfit symbolized the transition between the seriousness of practice and the excitement of performing. They were preparing to give their best, ensuring that every corner of the Tokyo Dome would vibrate with their voices on the actual night. Japanese fans are known to highly value BTS's local releases. By re-performing Crystal Snow, BTS seemed to be paying the ultimate tribute to the overwhelming support the Japanese public has given them over the past decade of their truly brilliant and successful career. Technically, the members' vocals in the amateur recording still sound remarkably stable. This proves that the production quality and individual abilities of each member have improved significantly compared to when the song was first released almost 9 years ago. This also dispels speculation that the Arirang tour would focus solely on new songs. With the leak of this rehearsal recording of the old song, expectations for the concert's setlist have become wild and full of surprises. Now everyone is wondering what other classics they might perform. The digital world is truly magical. A short clip can connect millions of people in a shared feeling. From Seoul to Tokyo, and all over the world, all eyes are on what these 7 powerhouses are preparing behind that magnificent stage. Finally, the video of the second day's soundcheck at the Tokyo Dome is more than just promotional content. It's a testament to love, hard work, and nostalgia wrapped in beautiful harmony. BTS is back, and they brought all the memories of the past to celebrate together. Let's look forward to the surprises that lie ahead on the remainder of the Arirang World Tour. Because with BTS, every second is a story, and every note is a history we'll talk about forever. Night slowly descended over Tokyo, bringing with it the sparkling city lights, as if celebrating something big. Outside the stadium, a sea of armies began to fill the surrounding area, carrying light sticks that hadn't yet been turned on, but they were enough to create a sense of anticipation that vibrated in the air. Backstage, the atmosphere had changed drastically compared to that morning. Where previously there had been calm and focus, now a more intense energy was palpable. The staff moved quickly, ensuring every technical detail was perfect. Monitors were double-checked, microphones tested, and every costume was prepared with precision. Taehyung stood in front of the dressing room mirror, staring at his reflection with an expression that was hard to decipher. There was calm, but also a hint of emotion that he carefully kept under wraps. His hand slowly smoothed his hair, before finally smiling a small smile, a smile that only appears when he's truly ready for something meaningful. In another corner, the other members exchanged light banter, trying to ease the tension before going on stage. Their laughter was warm, reminding them that beneath all the pomp, they were still a group of friends who had been through a long journey together. "It's been a while, huh?" a voice rang out softly. The words didn't need further explanation. Everyone understood what they meant. The lights in the corridor leading to the stage began to dim. It was a very familiar sign. The seconds before it all began. Hearts beat faster. Footsteps began to move. One by one, they walked to their respective positions. From behind the curtain, the roar of the crowd finally came loud, lively, and full of love. The sound that had been absent this morning now filled every corner of the Tokyo Dome like an unstoppable wave. Taehyung took a deep breath. One more step. And then, the lights went out. The first spotlight shone directly in the center of the stage. And there, Taehyung stood. Cheers erupted, shaking the entire stadium. Army's light sticks lit up in unison, creating a sea of light that was exactly what they had imagined during practice that morning. No more empty seats, just thousands of hearts beating in unison. The intro music began to play. The first note flowed. And without hesitation, Taehyung began to sing. His voice was stronger, more alive than it had been during soundcheck. There was emotion now flowing freely, as if he was no longer holding anything back. Every lyric he sang reached the very back of the stadium. A large camera zoomed in on him, and for a moment, the world seemed to stop. This wasn't just a concert. It was a reunion. Each member then joined the stage, forming a perfect formation. Their movements were in sync, their energy was unified, and each transition felt so seamless, as if time had never truly separated them. As song after song played, the atmosphere grew. From energetic numbers that had the entire stadium jumping together, to ballads that left thousands speechless, fighting back tears. And then, the lights dimmed again. Soft piano notes began to play. The audience knew Crystal Snow immediately. The cheers turned to tears. Many covered their mouths, unable to believe this moment was happening. Taehyung looked out at the crowd, his eyes slightly watering. But he kept smiling. As he sang his first line, the atmosphere became eerily still, a stillness filled with emotion. Each note felt deeper, more mature, carrying the weight of memories they had shared over the years. The other members joined in one by one, their harmonies filling the space, creating an almost magical atmosphere. Some armies were seen crying. Some were smiling while holding their light sticks tightly.